ba to? Hello? Good day, learners! Was there ever a time when someone you do not know called you and made you feel annoyed? What do you do when a strange call comes to you? What if you heard a murder over a phone? What do you think you will do? Today's lesson is about a telephone call that will make you feel an atmosphere of suspense and excitement. I am Sir Lau Pasqua, and welcome to another episode of English with Sir Lau. Our story today is a one-act radio play written by Lucille Fletcher. This radio play is entitled Sorry, Wrong Number. In the 1940s, people's form of entertainment was listening to radio dramas. One popular genre of drama during this time was suspense. Radio plays were aired in short, regular, and suspenseful way. Sorry, Wrong Number was first aired in 1943 and considered as the greatest radio drama episode. In fact, it was adapted into a movie, and later on, the radio production won the Edgar Award for Best Radio Drama. Let's get to know the characters of the play. The main character is Mrs. Albert Stevenson. She is a sick old woman who overheard a telephone call that made her feel horrible. Then, there are two men in the play who were discussing about murdering a woman. Then Sergeant Duffy, who is a police officer. The other characters whom Mrs. Stevenson called to are the chief operator of the telephone company, few more telephone operators, a woman from the Henchley Hospital, and a clerk from Western Union. The play opened when Mrs. Stevenson tried to call her husband's office. She even sought the help of the telephone company's operators to reach her husband's busy signal. That night, she was alone at home and since her nurse went out for a night off. Then, the next events made her totally frantic.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. George?
Yes, sir.
Hello? Who is this? What number am I calling, please?
We have heard from our client. He says the coast is clear for tonight.
Yes, sir.
Where are you now?
In the phone booth.
You know the address. At 11 o'clock, the security officer goes around to the bar on 2nd Avenue for a beer. Be sure that all the lights downstairs are out. There should be only one light visible from the street. At 11:15, a train crosses the bridge. It makes a noise in case her window is open, and she should scream.
Hello? What number is this, please?
Okay, I understand.
Make it quick. As little blood as possible. Our client does not wish to make her suffer.
A knife okay, sir?
Yes, a knife will be okay. And remember, remove the rings and bracelets and the jewelry in the bureau drawer. Our client wishes it to look like simple robbery.
Okay, I get.
Oh, how awful! How unspeakably awful!
Mrs. Stevenson heard the most dreadful plan of murder over two men in a wrong number dialed by the operator. This then made her feel obligated to trace the two men and stop their murder plan. She demanded the telephone operator to trace the call back, but the technicalities of the telephone calls cannot simply do what she wants to happen. Then, the operator explained that only the police can do a more specific action. Here began a 20 minutes of series of calls to the police officer, few more telephone operators, and even the chief operator of the telephone company. None of the characters even thought that the life of Mrs. Stevenson was in danger until...
We'll take care of it, Mrs. Stevenson. Don't worry.
I'd say the whole thing calls for a search, a complete and thorough search of the whole city. I'm very near a bridge, and I'm not far from 2nd Avenue, and I know I'd feel a whole lot better if you sent round a radio car to this neighbourhood at once.
And what makes you think the murder's going to be committed in your neighbourhood, Mum?
Well, I don't know, but the coincidence is so horrible. 2nd Avenue, the security officer, the bridge.
Oh, 2nd Avenue. Oh, it's a very long street, Mum. And you know how many bridges there are in Sydney and beside the Harbour Bridge.
But I heard it on the Sydney dialling system.
Oh, how do you know it wasn't a long-distance call? Some reason for thinking this call is phony, and this someone may be planning to murder you.
Me? Oh, no! Oh, I hardly think so. I mean, why should anybody? I'm all alone, day and night. I see nobody except my maid and my husband, Albert.
Well then, there's nothing to worry about, is there? And now, if you'll just leave the rest of it to us.
What will you do? It's so late. It's nearly 11 o'clock.
You'll take care of it, lady.
Will you broadcast it all over the city and send out squads and warn your radio cars to watch out, especially in suspicious neighbourhoods like mine?
Just now, I've got a couple of other matters here on my desk that require my immediate attention.
Oh, idiot. Oh, now why did I do that? He'll think I'm a fool. Oh, why doesn't Albert come home?
Into her irritation, Mrs. Stevenson slammed the phone and cut the call. Meanwhile, she cannot be nervous too much because that makes her feel so sick and her life will be at risk. The drama heated when Miss Stevenson was sure that she is the target of the murder. After all, she also lives near the bridge where a train crosses, and they also have a private patrolman. And she also knew that she is home alone that night after her husband's late office work. In the final minutes of the play, Mrs. Stevenson heard an intruder listening to her downstairs over the phone while calling the operator. And then, she heard footsteps coming upstairs where she was in. Then she called the police through the operator for an immediate help.
Your call, please.
Operator, I'm in dreadful trouble.
I cannot hear you, madam. Please speak louder.
I don't dare. There's someone listening. Can you hear me now?
Your call, please. What number are you calling, madam?
You've got to hear me. Oh, please. You've got to help me. There's someone in this house. Someone who's going to murder me. And you've got to help me get in touch with the police. Oh! They're in the police department! The police! Ah!
Ringing the police department.
Police Department, Sergeant Duffy speaking.
Sorry, wrong number.
The play ends when the murderer picks up the phone and answered Sergeant Duffy that the dialed number is a wrong number. So, how do you find the play? It's a real suspense, right? Now, bring out your activity sheet and let's answer your activities. For exercise 1, using context clue, give the meaning of the underlined words in the following sentences. Choose the correct answer among the choices and write your answer on your paper. Number 1. Mrs. Stevenson is identified as a querulous and self-centered neurotic. Is it A. Complaining in a demanding manner, B. Complaining silently, or C. Complaining in a kind way? Number 2. She became imperious when she could not connect to the number she dialed. Is it A. Helpless, B. Feeling of dead end, or C. Arrogant and assuming authority? Number 3. When she dialed again, she only got a bland buzzing signal and heard the conversation on the cross line. Is it A. Strong, B. Weak, or C. Clear? Number 4. The telephone operator's failed attempts to connect to her husband's office number unnerved her. Is it A. Feel confident, B. Loss of courage, or C. Energized? And for number 5, she gave a high-handed reply when she sensed Sergeant Duffy did not take action on her complaint. Is it A. Dictatorial and overpowering, B. Patient and calm, or C. Satisfied and happy? Let's check your answers. The answer for number 1 is A. Number 2 is C. Number 3 is B. Number 4 is also B. And number 5 is A. Congratulations for performing exercise 1. This time, go back to your activity sheet and perform exercise 2 and exercise 3. For exercise 2, you will arrange the events of the play by writing letter A to letter E respectively. While for exercise 3, you will characterize Mrs. Stevenson and Sergeant Duffy by completing the diagram. You may also search the internet to help you in answering your activities, but be sure to locate a credible website and answer for your exercises. Do you know how to evaluate credible and valid websites for your tasks and assignments? If not, that's another topic for our next episode here at English with Sir Lau. This is Sir Lau Pascua, reminding you to always be a good reader, because a reader is an achiever. Thank you and goodbye.